I'm Joshua Hanlon here at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago at the new Brick by Brick exhibit, and Adam Reed Tucker has joined me to tell us about this latest building he's worked on here. What is this?
This is Ping An, and Ping An is, I thought was an interesting building. As an architect, I follow what's being built around the world, and what drew me to this actually was this very picture here. So this picture here was captured off of Google Images, and to me, what it exemplified was the process of construction. Okay, so here I'm not really interested in the architecture, the design. I'm interested in the anatomy of how a building is put together. Okay, so peeling back the skins of an onion, not to be cliche, but essentially I wanted you to see like how the curtain wall is, fabricated in real life and then installed. And then you'll notice that there's a separation between gray and dark red, and that's because the gray area is the area that's been sprayed with the fireproofing, and then the raw steel that gets naturally oxidized is portrayed here in the dark red. And again, using studs to show the big steel supports. And then as the building grows and ascends, there's a few elements that I forgot to put on here. Well, no, I didn't forget. I just didn't have time. Like the form work, they call them jump forms, which here in the photograph you can see at the top. And I just didn't have time. But it actually having them out there actually shows you a division of the process or the chronological building up of a building, and then getting a little cute with the cranes just to kind of give it some reference of scale. And then in this case it was unique because it's such a big building. They actually have 4 tower cranes on each side of the building. And so that's really Ping An. I think what's interesting too is architecturally that was a little bit of a challenge here, getting this diagonal slope and then using the plates horizontally so they depict all of the beams, and then in this corner here I literally decided to take an entire slice out so you could see the internal core, and then even the foundation with the pilings and the footings. And then here are burps again, because it's what I call quick rock, right? You can just, but again, that's just meant for context to understand now we're underground and how the building is supported. So that's Ping An.
Yeah, thank you. And what would you say is is there a big difference between building a building like this is kind of in process versus one of your finished buildings? Is there a difference there as you're working on it?
Oh, absolutely. This is much more difficult because you have to understand how you have to build from the ground up, literally. And other builds, maybe you start with, like, for instance, Freedom Tower, I started with the spire because of the scale and the detail, and then I kind of worked backwards. I worked down. But this one, you really have to work going up. And yeah, I mean, but this one's probably my second favorite one, and I'd like to explore this one even further because I think there's something interesting here. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy Ping An.
Yeah, thanks for telling us about it. Appreciate it.